So we've got two things here that are actually kind of interesting. First off, we got Spirit Shroud. We already have one of those, but it's nice enough. Other thing we have is Colwyn's Point. For those of you wondering, this used to be a very, very popular sword, but it's +1 all skills. So it will help us out with our damage output, although we're going to stick with the Gnasher for now, mainly because we don't have the level for this, but still. Never found a unique Necro offhand in your life? I would recommend farming Nightmare for it, honestly. It's going to be one of those things where it's kind of like, you can't beat him without Decrepify. Decrepify is nice versus pretty much all the bosses. Burning. Hey, your Trogdor is almost complete. That build is a lot of fun to play around with. It's not as strong as a Tesladin, but it is better for farming like runes and jewels and stuff like that. If you're looking for crafting jewels and gems, oh my goodness, it's great for that. Because you can go into Nightmare and get all that stuff. And it's actually really good for farming the runes you need for crafting as well. So, it's awesome sauce. Nightmare Act 5. Act 4 is not bad for it either. Honestly, whenever I'm doing Nightmare stuff, I'm usually running bosses. But Act 5 is pretty solid for it as well. But what I do is I'll usually farm just to try to get as many kills as possible so I can get those runes and stuff I need for it. And once you can farm hell difficulty like that, you're pretty much set for life. You can get anything. And a lot of people are like, they get upset sometimes that I don't have much magic find on a lot of my builds. Yeah, I can get up to 250% magic find on pretty much anything with just basic gear, and yes, you can too. It's just a matter of like, okay, I'm getting plus skills from Harlequin Crest instead of Nightwing's Veil. That's a huge chunk of magic find. If you want to get a little extra damage on your build, say from a... Let's go ahead and resurrect Vanji. We'll go to the next act. Skip all the scenes. Ooh, my button just sank in and it just felt like I was cutting my finger. But yeah, I keep getting distracted from topics. I'll go back to the game shop topic later on. But basically, you never know when 2.4 comes out. Trogdor may be more powerful than Tesladin. Maybe. Doubtful, but maybe. Let's go ahead and get these going. 2, 3, 4. Okay, we can get rid of that and get a replacement. But yeah, later on you start realizing that magic find is not that important. Unless you're holy grailing or something like that, you don't need to worry about it near as much as a lot of people think. So yeah. And give me just 1 second here. You... Okay, and if that can get out of my way, you... I know that it's not proper for me to be banning people while I'm actively streaming, but I don't like bots. I really don't. Even though they're highly ineffective bots. So let's see, anything good in here? Probably not, but we got Spirit Shroud. I mean, that's actually a really good starting armor. So we are not level enough to equip it. We need 28. But anyway, what was I talking about? Rune finding? You don't need magic find at all for that. You just need kill speed and clear speed. You generally, if you're looking for runes, you need to treat it like you're looking for item bases. You don't care about magic find, you just care about getting as many drops to appear as possible. So what you do is you just spam the holy living crap out of that. You're up to 267 magic find, you can't really have fun with the gears you're running. Then if you're not having fun with it, it's not going to be a good magic find build for you. Period. If you're not having fun with it, don't keep pushing through it. Find another build that you enjoy more. if you are having fun with a build, you are going to find more stuff with that build in the long run because you're enjoying it and you want to play more and you want to kill more things. So what if you have item find on a barb? It's impacted by magic find the same way as anything else. Whereas if you're looking for uniques, yeah, magic find will help because it increases the rate at which... Wow, we burned through mana really fast there. But let's go ahead and smack the crap out of these. There we go. Oh yeah, we can't leech from this thing, by the way. But if you have an item find barb, you are going to be able to pop enemies for more items, and they're going to be treated like normal drops. That's exactly why you built the pure Holy Fire Paladin. And the range on... one thing you do want to watch out for, if you're playing Trogdor, and this is just going to be a really big piece of advice, double back through areas if you... First of all, you need to keep your ears peeled because things will drop off screen. But just double back through areas and take a slightly different path. Like if you walked on the inside part of a corner, walk the outside part of the corner on the way back. That way you don't end up missing like an ist or a low or anything like that. We have found on camera ists that we missed because we didn't notice them drop. You usually run a Magic Find Necro. Magic Find Necros are a lot better than people realize. Even with like low and mediocre gear, they can be pretty solid. If you're kitting out if you have already kitted out a Zealot with, say, Grief, you spent like everything you had on a Grief. Use the Grief on the Poison Necro. That's another % decrease in resist, and it's going to help out a lot more than plus skills. So yeah, just use your Grief Sword for poison damage piercing. Because the way you do it with a Poison Necro is what you want to do is, since poison can be broken for the most part, there's only a few exceptions, like Canyon of the Magi worms can't be broken, but Maggot Layer ones can. You generally want to break the resist and then have a stack of at least about 20-30% negative poison resist, so you can drop them down to a reasonable level for the poison to do damage. Trogdor is Hydra spam. He just spams Hydra. I don't know if Trogdor the Paladin is going to be Hydra, but Hydra sorceresses are on my top 10 list of ones that I'm looking for. Don't know if it'll make my top 5. I'm currently working on a top 5 video, and the Hydra is in the notes, but it might get beaten out by something else. Because I have about a dozen builds that I'm thinking of for it. I'm just trying to decide which 5 I'm most anticipating and which 5 have the most potential to be broken. I don't see the Hydra one being broken. I see it being useful. I don't see it being broken. Because I have a feeling they're mostly going to be playing around with the cast rate on it. And taking away the cooldown, but putting a cap on it is going to be one of the big things for it. And it's going to make it more in line with traps. Hey, Michael, how's it going? We're just walking up a hill here in normal difficulty. And I'm going to go ahead and drink that, just to top myself off. We don't care about the barbarians. We're an assassin. We don't care if things die. Now, I'll probably be switching over to a meditation mercenary as soon as possible. We might be swapping it up later because, honestly, once we get into hell difficulty, we're not going to be in a situation where we need to really worry about mana. We'll be... well, we might, but not as much as we are in normal. You're curious if the patch will boost her? It will for sure. Even if it doesn't end up actually making her effectively stronger, it will make her a lot more straightforward to play. It'll make her more like the current trap assassin, except with fire damage. I'm slightly curious how they're talking about, because Inferno is one that's on my list of things that I'm watching, but it's definitely not going to make it on like my top 5 most anticipated builds. That, and with the Arctic Wind or whatever it's called, the Arctic Blast, that one, the Druid skill, because they're saying they're changing how that works. Which has me curious, but I don't think it's going to be like overpowered. I don't think it's going to get that kind of boost. because it's still going to probably function relatively similar, but not exactly. So that's what I'm watching as well. But I'm watching a few skills. I do definitely want to see... I'm going to actually do something real quick. So I need one of these guys to survive, not you. Okay, so we're going to charge up here. We have 3 of these charges. And whenever we kick, it unloads all of them. In the 2.4 patch, they're going to make it so that each trigger of it only gets rid of one of these charges. What I'm really curious about, and this will make Phoenix Strike insane. This actually will make any of the elemental ones insanely powerful, is because they're making it only drop 1 charge. If you are doing multiple, if you're doing a Dragon Talon with like 3 kicks, is it going to trigger all 3 of those charges, 1 per kick, and just spam a Royal Nightmare pile of pain on things? Is that going to be insane? You're leveling your Barbarian to make an Inferno Barbarian? I don't know if it's still in this game, but in LOD, in Lord of Destruction, you're actually able to make an Invincibarb with the Flame Bellows. Because if you leapt and did Inferno at the same time, it will actually bug it up and you'll be stuck in the leap mode, which makes you invincible. You'll never die. You also just can't move. You have an IK Barb with Max Whirl, Max BO, and Shout and Weapon Mastery, but not sure what to put in your last 20. You have Whirl, Max BO, Shout, and Weapon Master. I'd probably go for like a single target thing, maybe Concentration or Berserk. Berserk will actually help you out a good deal with physical immunes. With that one. Generally, I use BO as a stun rather than a necessarily just... Let's go ahead and... Yeah, we're just going to go... Yeah, we're going to drink Mana Potion. But... Yeah, I generally just treat the Warcry as a stun. Kind of like Shockwave. Rather than as a damage source usually. Unless I'm playing a very specific build. But yeah, getting something to deal with physical immunes would probably help that one out quite a bit. Because you'll sometimes just run across physical immune bosses. Your Whirlwind will be able to take out pretty much everything else. But you just switch over to Berserk to take out the big nasties. And yes, the crushing blow on it is physical damage. I keep hitting up instead of down. But let's go ahead and get some traps out. Once we hit 30, we'll actually have death sentries as well. Boom. Get rid of them. Nice. Hey, Andre, how's it going? Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whichever you prefer. I'm not picky about it. I am non-denominational in that regard. I'm not offended by people saying Merry Christmas. I'm not offended by people not saying it. Boom. There you go. He did. And all his little friends are going to join him relatively soon. So you come out of there. We're going to drop this in that last slot. Do we want to actually check those hatchet hands? Sure. Yes, you can. Chingus McDingus. There you go. One thing to keep in mind is that skill changes also affect items with those skills on. A today lackluster item can be useful due to this. The way Thorns auras are changed are an example of this. Yeah, I don't know the specifics about what they're changing on Thorns, but I would not, if you have Bramble or anything like that, do not trade it away right now. It may be completely useless in the future, but for right now, do not trade it. It may actually turn out to be extremely strong. And they are looking at a lot of things to make Thorns more useful, so I would be on the lookout for that. So definitely keep your eye out for that. So is Quad Shell IK set good for IS breakpoints and FAHR breakpoints? It's decent for it. It depends on what else you've got equipped as to whether you're going to hit those breakpoints or not. Because it adds up everything. So I'm going to go ahead and repair everything real quick. Trade, repair. It's left. 826, that's fine. And I think we are... Oh yeah, we're needing potions. So let's go ahead and Sell those. That's going to give me a chunk of change. We're going to buy some mana potions. Yeah, the Sin is very shouty. I don't know if they're going to quiet it down a little bit. The thing they need to quiet down are the bloody overlords. Holy butts. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, there's no way to just mass fill those, and it kind of irritates me. I find myself identifying a lot less with the scrolls on this character. Okay, so we're good on that. We need 5. Okay, so we're good. Oh, have a good one, Fat Boy. Hopefully you have very good luck. You're excited to have elite upgraded Saigons? That'll be kind of fun. I'm looking forward to upgrading Death's Sash. I'm also looking forward to just general changes to the sets, too. Because they may not be retrograde, so I might actually have to find a whole new... Need to re-holy grail all of the sets. But Hand of Justice is not bad, like shut down movement of enemy, expensive rune word, but powerful in the Hand of Paladin. Hand of Justice is interesting in general, too. Ravenfrost and Angelic Ring Ami. Yeah, Angelic combo's really nice already. I actually was using it on this character, even though I don't have an amulet yet. I was just using it with the sword. Oh, let's see. Thorns are going to return damage on attack, not on hit. Yeah, that's actually one of the changes. And they were talking about making it absolute-based rather than percent-based, which could be weak as all snot, or it could be actually really good. If it's really, really good, like if it's doing hundreds, if not thousands of damage before amp damage, that's going to be actually pretty insane. Just got Reaper's Toll from Diablo. Awesome. That's a really good one as well. Decrepify from that is nice. A good cheap solution if you don't have Reaper's Toll is actually go on Act 5 Mercenary with Lawbringer. Because Lawbringer is pretty dang powerful as well. And once we hit 29, we're going to start swapping some stuff out. Because we'll probably switch over to Spirit Shroud and String of Years. Because we're not super attached to this, and we're not super attached to this. We are slightly attached to this for attack rating. We are attached to this for attack speed, and we're attached to this for magic find. But those two can go away. We won't be heartbroken. The shield is just there. It's whatever. But... And we will lose some resist, some life leech, all that kind of stuff. But actually, no, we won't lose the life leech. That actually comes with a partial set bonus. But we'll lose a little bit of resist, some other like odds and ends, but nothing too amazing. So 29 is our big swap out point for a lot of stuff. And we may even switch over to this at 29 as well. Even though it's not the most amazing thing ever. But yeah, Reaper's Toll, love that item. And sorry if there's a bit of latency, it's just what it is. YouTube is notoriously more behind than Twitch, but it's still not the worst ever. I have been on worse platforms. The best one, if you're looking for low latency, is actually Trovo, but I don't stream over there yet, mainly because I don't really want to be that closely tied to an Epic adjacent company. For those of you wondering, I'm trying to remember the name of the Chinese company that owns it, but basically it's the one that invested a huge chunk into Epic Games. So we'll grab these just in case we need them. I'm just going to drop out traps here and there just so we can get this next level, which is going to be 26. Hi, Demon Rascal. Hey, let me out of there. Thank you. Hey, Jordan, how's it going? Generally, I do choose Reaper's Toll over obedience, yes. And I'm glad that the videos are helpful, by the way. Hopefully people will start finding usefulness in the review videos, too. Haha! Segways! And yes, this is actually serving double duty, because I think a lot of the people who watch the Let's Play channel, which is over... It's Let's Play Everything. That's literally the name of it. I even got the URL for it. Sweet. Is a nice thing. Oh, thank you, Michael. I greatly appreciate it. Hopefully you are having a wonderful evening. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab this. We're going to duck down here, take out this tower so we don't get infernoed from it. Ha! You can't inferno me if you don't have a tower, you fools. No, I'm not going to go into, like, full-on, like, anime weird voice nonsense. I am not from Smosh. Let's go ahead and drop that. But yes, I generally will choose Reaper's Soul over Obedience unless there are some exceptions. If I'm using a Might Merc and I'm going specifically for just max damage on the Mercenary, then Obedience is a good choice because you are able to punch out a lot of stuff. Like if I'm playing a Necromancer and I'm using my own curses and I don't need that Decrepify, then Obedience is good. Pride would generally be better if you're a summoner, but still. It is small hours in the morning. Oh, good morning. Hopefully you rested well before, because we just got started. We literally have only been streaming for about just a little bit under an hour, about 50 minutes. So we're probably about like third episode from the stream. And my plan is to, oh no, not run out of mana right then. Hi guy, eat my shadow. But yeah, my plan is to end up with the, you fools, sorry. Getting clicky there. Oh, brain fart. You were going to kill something over there. But yeah, I'll be breaking this up on the Let's Play Everything channel. 3:45 over there? Yeah, that's really early. That's my kind of sleeping hours. I have a horrible schedule. Okay, so as far as what we need here, nothing. We're just going to keep going into this. But we're going for max fire on here. I think this will not be the kind of build that people are going to be going with whenever 2.4 drops. I think they're probably going to be investing in the Blades of Ice and Claws of Thunder synergy with Phoenix Strike, just so that they get those big ones out.